Peyton back for year 2 at Auburn. Just kind of what's your mindset going in? What are you kind of looking ahead to? What are you trying to do this spring, now that you're back for a second year at Auburn? First spring, I guess.
Yeah, really excited. Like you said, it's my first spring, so still haven't been here a full year yet, so I feel like we're still putting pieces together, and I'm excited about the future. So really just becoming an expert in our new offense, and then also putting ourselves in the best chance to win come fall.
I was going to ask you a little about the new offense, obviously Coach Nix is new. What's he kind of brought so far? What's that adjustment been like working with him? I know it's early, but just, what stood out from that so far?
I've told a few other people the 2 words that stick out to me with Coach Nix is urgency and energy, and I have had a blast so far playing under him, and it's only been like 2 weeks since I feel like I've even met him, but everything has been awesome so far, and I couldn't be happier to be playing for him, and obviously Coach Freeze as well. So I'm really excited, and I think our fans should be really excited about Coach Nix as well.
And how about some of the new players? A lot of newcomers in this recruiting class coming in, a lot of early enrollees. How have they kind of? It's one practice, but they were here a little before that. But it's a strong group. How have they kind of meshed, and are you excited about the chance to work with some of them?
Absolutely, I think they've meshed great so far. All our new additions. Obviously there's a lot that come in, and I'm sure we'll have some more in the summer as well. But the freshman guys have done a great job so far. We've really been pleased with them. There's been no issues with those guys. When you get young guys, you never really know sometimes what type of character they have. But obviously Coach Freeze has recruited a high character group, and they've been working hard, and very pleased with what they've been doing so far. And then our transfer guys, obviously been throwing with the receivers in the winter, and they've been outstanding as well. It's been a lot of fun. Good guys, and then they work hard. So it's easy to work with guys like that.
Last thing for me, just what's your goal for these 14, 15 practices going through spring practice, either for you or for the team as a whole?
Yeah, for me, it's just be as crisp as I can be, take care of the ball, get the ball in the end zone, high completion percentage, and then just feeling at practice 15, feeling like I am in complete control of what we're doing on offense. I've felt like that in the past with other offenses, and so that's my goal for myself, and then for us as a team, it's just build confidence, and that comes from good practice, and I think that we're going to have a great chance to do that. We're very detailed right now, and that's another thing Coach Nix has brought. We're very detail-oriented. And so just nail out those details and feel extremely confident going into the summer, and then obviously, have a great summer before the fall.
All right, year 2 at Auburn. Just what's it like to be back, and what are you excited about going into year 2 and haven't been here now a full year?
Yeah, it's just a blessing to always be here in Auburn. I'm very excited to be back here to build this program that we know is going to be very good. And back, we got some new coaches on offense, new coaches on defense, and we're really setting that standard around here now. We're really going to be a competitive team this season.
You mentioned new coaches. I know it's early, but what have you seen from Coach Nix, some of the Coach Kelly, Coach Durkin? I know they're on defense, but just see from that group and those new coordinators and what they're bringing to this team.
Yeah, they really have a lot of passion for this game. They really love this sport, and I just see coaches that want to win. They just, no matter what it takes, they want to win, and they're setting their standard and letting us know that this is what we need to do to win, and we're just gonna follow in their steps because they're coaches, and that's what you're supposed to do, just lead us to victory. And we just gotta, as players, be a player-led team also, and just execute everything we have to do.
Same thing with some of the new players. A big group of early enrollees from that class. And what have you seen from the new guys on campus, and what stood out from that group?
Yeah, the new guys really came in, and I know we had a lot of young guys too. They're really coming to work for real. Like before even spring started, a lot of the new guys, we used to go out there on the field together with all the quarterbacks and put the work in before we even came out here in the spring. And that's always good to see that all the new guys want to come in here and work and just be a part of a great program.
Quarterbacks, I know you and Peyton kind of have a connection from last year, but has it been it was a little windy the first day, but just getting back out there with those, getting the quarterback that room, and I know Walker's here now and Hank's back, but also obviously Peyton's back too. What's it been like working with the quarterbacks?
It's been great. I've been putting to work with all the quarterbacks. Like every time we go out there on the field, it's always every quarterback out there, all of them coming out to work and just be great. And I know that Peyton is going to really come in a different mindset this season, knowing that last season wasn't too great, but he's going to come back very strong. And Payne's a very great leader. He's gonna be a good piece for this offense.
Lastly, just what's your goal? You got 14, 15 practices for the spring. What's your goal, either individually or for the team, as you go through spring and what you want to get accomplished?
My goal is, like I'm setting the standard now, telling myself that the goal is for me is to show that I'm the best tight end in the nation, and that's where I'm gonna set it at, and just being a great team player in any situation the coaches put me in, I'm gonna be able to execute for my team and be a great team player for this team.
Back for another year. What's it? You know, we thought last year might be your last spring. What's it been like being back, starting spring ball again, and getting going with this new team?
Yeah, it's refreshing. You have a little bit of time off there with football and kind of get your body right. And I've been through a couple of them, which is good. But I think the energy the other day, first day of practice, everybody was flying around, and I felt good. My legs felt good, which is something that you rarely hear in your fifth and sixth year. But just doing a lot of treatment stuff, doing a lot of stuff in there with Coach Dom, and finally got some football going again, which was good for me.
How is it? A lot of new guys, obviously new faces, you know, on campus and practicing. What's it like? Again, you've been around. It's not your first time having new guys, but what's it been like working with those guys, and just what have you seen from that group that's come in?
Yeah, I mean they're all really good guys. They're hungry. You can tell they come in, they want to work, and I mean, we got to see that this winter workouts. You know, winter workouts is a great time to be able to see that. If somebody's going to quit, somebody's going to push through, somebody's going to lead. We talk about that all the time. You don't have to be 23, 24 years old to be a leader. I mean, you can do it right when you come in. We got some guys who are hungry, so it was really encouraging, and it's encouraging too because they're making a couple plays out there on the field too.
And how about new coaches? I know you obviously got Coach Ben back with your group, but you know, new offensive coordinators, some new coaches on defense as well. How's it been just kind of adjusting to them? I know it's early, but just kind of getting to know them a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the scheme's always going to be an adjustment, and that's why you love spring. Some people hate spring, some people like it. But at the end of the day, spring football, you get all your offense in, you get your defense in, you get comfortable with hitting again and doing all this stuff before the season even starts. And X's and O's, we're going to get there. It's a new offense, and defense is the same way. I like the stuff that we're doing. But in terms of just energy from those coordinators, it's really good. I actually had the pleasure of knowing Coach Durkin in recruiting, and I know he's doing a fantastic job on that side, and I still have a pretty good relationship with him. And Coach Nix just brings the energy every day, and I love the way our offense is trending because we needed an identity and we needed an it, and we have it now with him. Last
thing, just what are your goals for this spring for you personally, but also just for this team as you kind of, whatever it is, 14, 15 practices, get to 8 and all that? What's your goal?
Yeah, I just want to be, me personally, I say this, but also I kind of take the weight of the tight end room on my shoulders a little bit, and I want the tight end room to be just a reliable force for our offense. I want us to be in the right spot, know everything. When coach counts on us or calls on us, we should be able to get it done. And we call ourselves a SEAL team for a reason. We want to go in and get it done and get out and have a smile about our day. But yeah, that basically just to be able to be just called on and answer the bell each and every time, and look forward to getting the rest of spring going and then leading into fall camp. It's going to come around quick. So,
Jason, back third year at Auburn for spring ball. What's the mindset going in? You know, has that shifted at all? Is it similar to last year? Is it, you know, knowing this could be the last year, does that make a difference? What's the mindset for you going to spring?
I think, this is my last year, so I mean, you have to make a statement. Like, you don't have time. You don't got any time no more. The next year is the next level. So I think now is, you know, I've set myself to a certain standard that I did last year at a higher standard. It's like you got to get this done. You got to do this, but also thinking about the team as well, because I mean, it's a team sport. You need everybody.
New faces, both players and coaches. Start with coaches. Just what do you see for the new group of coaches on defense? I know obviously Von Scherl you knew from before, but you know, start with the coordinators at DJ, Coach Durkin and Coach Kelly. What have they brought to this team?
I can tell you a lot about Dirk, and I mean, he's very knowledgeable. He knows what he's talking about. He's been around a lot of great guys, and I want to learn as much as I possibly can from Durkin. Charles Kelly, again, has been around a lot of great guys. He was just beside, you know, Travis Hunter last year. So, I mean, again, I want to learn from them guys because they've seen it, they've done it, and I mean, I'm here. So.
And Coach Von Scherl obviously was here before. What was that? I assume the room was pretty happy when he got the job, but what was the reaction? I know you guys hate losing Coach Garrett, but having him step in here, what was the reaction when you got the news, and how's he kind of gelled in the new position?
Everybody loves him. I love him. He brings that energy every single day. Again, Vontrell is the guy that a lot of us wanted. I wanted him, and I vocalized that too. But yeah, again, I'm excited for Vontrell. I'm happy for him. Amazing opportunity for him. I just want to grow with him.
And a lot of new faces too, player-wise. What have you seen from a lot of early enrollees, that kind of stuff, from that group, and just what stood out from that group?
As far as new guys, Jamonte, he's a very, very special guy. And a lot of times you don't get guys that really want to be coached and really want to work. And he asks for help all the time, asks for coaching all the time. And once you get, and he kind of reminds me of Kojic from last year. Like once you get a guy that wants to work and wants to, grind, once you teach him the technique, he's going to only go up from there. As far as transfer guys, Gage Keys and Trill Carter have both done an amazing job, very notable. They both know what they're talking about. So, again, I'm just really excited to go and grow with them.
And I guess last thing for me, just what's the goal for you? Again, this is your third spring here, fifth spring college football. What's the goal for you as you go through these 14, 15 practices, kind of getting through spring and ramp up the fall camp?
I know I can talk about myself all day, but my job is to also pour into the other players and even be important to the coaches as much as I can and give everything that I can for this team.
All right. Start spring practice. You guys are back. Just what's the mood? What's the mindset as you go into the spring? Whatever it is, 14, 15 practices.
Yeah, the mood is just to become the best team possible within the 15 practices we have. Everybody is just going out there and giving effort, showing the coaches what they can do. So we're excited to be out there in spring, and we're excited to build up the foundation of the team we want to be. And man, the first day was great. Defense was out there getting a lot of turnovers. So now it's just honing in on the details within everybody's jobs and being detail oriented. And on top of that, the relentless effort piece is what we want to emphasize. So certainly something we want to show in practice too, which is coming up right now. But I think first day was a great foundation for what we want to build. Sure.
What's it been like? New coaches, obviously a couple new coordinators, Coach Kelly, Coach Durkin. But what's it been like? What have they brought to this team, and what have you seen for them? It's early, but just so far.
Yeah, I think Coach Durkins does a great job just getting the information to everybody. Getting the information to the players and just wanting us to put our best foot forward. Emphasizing that we need to go out there and play relentlessly. We're not holding back. We got a ball-out mentality in terms of trying to get the ball out, cause disruption on that side of the ball, and get the ball back to our offense, what we want to do countlessly throughout the season. So certainly he's implemented that. Coach Kelly is just trying to build the foundation of our DB room, get their technique all the way sound, get everything ready and down packed for the season so that the DBs can go out there and thrive. And Coach Crime is grouped in that as well. And then on top of that, we're handling any accountability issues with Coach Crime, working directly with him. And we're seeing changes, and certainly I've seen changes, and we're building to where we need to be.
What about new players, a lot of new faces?
Yeah.
What has stood out from that group? I know, again, it's been one practice so far, but what have you seen from that group so far?
You talk DB group?
Oh, no, just some of the early enrollees in general.
Early
was everybody,
okay.
Just the freshmen and some of the transfers.
I've seen a lot of guys stand out within the first couple of days. There's the guys on the D-line. My roommate, Bobby, certainly somebody that stood out to me first day in terms of violence on the D-line. Gage Keys is certainly somebody that stood out. Trill from Texas is somebody that stood out. JT, also from Texas, stood out. His ability to cover and communicate in the back end is certainly something that I admire. Being out there with savvy DBs is certainly something you want to have. So we have so many guys, and I hate to leave guys out, but man, there's guys that are putting their best foot forward, and those guys are certainly going to be on the field with us.
Last thing for me, just how is this spring different for you, kind of coming after last season and having a breakout season? How is it different for you, whether that be your goals and expectations, whatever it may be?
Yeah, I just think it's different in terms of telling myself what got me to this point, and just remaining hungry. At this time last year in spring, I was so hungry to prove who I am and what I can do to the staff and go out and put my best foot forward for Auburn. And I think right now for me, it's just balancing that hunger and just continue to remind myself that I have to play with that every single play. I have to be relentless. I have to go get it. And I have to have that mentality every single play. And I can't waver. I can't yield. And I have to continue to do it. So that's the biggest thing for me, just the mental piece. Like, Gene, you got to go. You got to be relentless in your pursuit and your effort. So certainly something I consistently remind myself on a day-to-day basis, and certainly something I want to continue to do throughout the spring.